guys, nothingwire.com, and we have the brand new Panasonic T31 with us today. Now it's a budget Android smartphone running Android 4.2.2 and a dual core processor and 3G and all those jazz, and it cost about 8,000 in India. Now note that the Panasonic phones are not available in US officially as well as in the UK market. So this guy, as far as I know, among those three markets, officially it's only available in India. It might be available in some other Asian markets, however. So we will largely talk about the one that's available here in India. You see a box, pretty compact, but it's kind of apt for a 4-inch device anyway, and it comes with this nice plastic cover. And although I've opened it, let's just pretend we haven't opened it yet, and we're gonna remove the sticker. There goes one, and then one on the other way. It's very colorful box, you know. On top you have the mobile phone there, and very colorful. You have your marketing and price informations there. Although it's written the MRP 8490, but you'll find it for less than 8K with almost all vendors. You also get some free stuff, free downloads for about 3,000. Some quick specs there: Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, 1.3 gig dual core CPU, 4-inch 480 by 800 pixel screen, 3.2 MP rear camera, VGA front camera, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, 512 MB RAM, 4GB ROM, microSD support, 1300 mAh Li-ion battery, and dual SIM. SIM 1 supports 3G, SIM 2 supports 2G. So let's go ahead and open the box, and you have some EMI and other product information stickers, and then you have the white 4-inch Panasonic T31. We're gonna come back to the device later. Let's see what else in the box. And I have a warranty card here, and yeah, then we have a screen guard. That's really nice of Panasonic to give you an extra screen guard. You have a quick start guide, and if you're not very comfortable and new to the Panasonic phones, then you have a micro USB cable there. You can see USB 2.0. you have a pair of earphones. I'm going to open and look at them really closely. So they're not very premium, kind of. You have silver coating jack, and then there's no controls, but then you can talk because it's a mic. There's no earbud, removable earbud. So it's kind of your typical budget earphones. Then you have a round pin USB wall adapter, and then you have, that's your 1300 mAh battery. Yeah, so that's all in the box. Let's come back to the device now. See, so let's take off the cover here. So there's no screen guard, and you can use your screen guard here, this one, and there's nothing on the back side. So pretty, consumer based look and design. In a pebble shape, you have a boat shaped body that you can see, curved back, pretty fat phone actually, but looks quite nice. All plastic, see. Yeah, so we'll come back with the in-depth hardware now. The Panasonic T31 has a pretty run-of-the-mill design, look and feel. You have a whole plastic body with this 4-inch TFT glass, and like any other $110 phone, you have a nice pebble shape, a very consumer grade, young, playful kind of a look. There's a nice boat shape back, curves and everything. Yeah, will appeal greatly to the college going crowd, the young crowd in general. Now as I told you, it's all plastic and very glossy, so it will attract a lot of fingerprints. There you can see on the back as well as the front display also will attract a lot of fingerprint. Yeah, there's the white color, you also got a black color as well. So although we like the feel of it, but then this guy is not very rugged, mind you, and of course we did not expect it to be. The front side has the 4-inch TFT capacitive screen. This capacitive screen is not very high grade. It's not feather touch really, so I'm gonna show that to you in a while. It has 480 by 800 pixels of resolution. On top you have the earpiece, the VGA front camera and LED notification light, and your proximity sensor that works pretty well. Below you have 3 soft buttons, the back, home and the menu key, and then you have the mouse piece located here instead of here where its usual place is generally in the phones. Below you have the micro USB port there, you can see the hole to open the back flap. On the right side you have the volume rocker, on top the power key, the 3.5mm jack, and pretty much nothing on this side. On the back you have the 3.2MP camera, no LED flash, you have the speaker, plastic grill there, Panasonic branding, and that's about it. Again, pretty usual arrangement of buttons and ports. No secondary noise cancelling mic. Oh, there's the one, that's your secondary noise cancelling mic. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and open the back flap and see what is beneath. So this is of course plastic, but it kind of not very thin, so it'll surely prevent the phone from getting affected adversely. So there you have the 1300 mAh battery. Then you have place for 2 SIM cards, full size SIM cards there, SIM 1 and SIM 2. Then you have a micro SD card slot as well. So this guy supports dual SIM, but dual SIM standard. So that's how it looks on the inside. Bad thing is, to remove any of these you need to remove the battery, so practically you need to switch the phone off. We really like those on the fly removable capacity that comes with some of the phones, and especially at least the micro SD card is generally removable without having to remove the battery. So there you see, again pretty usual, but it's very nice to hold actually, despite of the glossy surface. There is no rubber coating here, but then because of the size it nicely fits into your hand. Now let's check out the display, so I'm gonna switch it on. The T31 is powered by a 1.3 gig dual core processor. It has 512 MB of RAM, 4 GB of internal memory, and of course micro SD card is supported, so that you can have external memory or external storage as well. As I told you, 3.2MP back camera, recorded 720p, VGA front camera, and you have a 1300 mAh battery there. It cost about $110, they're about 67,000 Indian rupees, but you might get it for a few hundred less on some online retailer. Yeah, so you can see it boots up, takes a little longer, but of course you have an option of quick boot which can be activated from here as well. There's a quick boot, will shorten the time. You also have the option in settings. So let's check out the display now. I have the brightness full, still I'm gonna check once. The first problem with the display you'll face if you're coming from a flagship or a premium quality Android phone is that this capacitive screen is not very responsive. Yeah, so you have to give a deliberate push. So now the brightness is at its full, and it's a pretty small screen by today's standards. 4-inch screen. I won't say small, but it's not a big screen rather, and 480 by 800 pixel on a 4-inch screen, mind you, looks actually pretty decent, and the icons are not pixelated. However, they're not very sharp as well, and Panasonic did a good job of making the icon squarish or rectangularish, because on a round icon, if you look closely you can see the zagged ends better, but on a square the zagged ends, even if it's there, will gel in really well. Now let's check out how it reproduces the colors, and you will see that this and That's the viewing angle. See how reflective the screen is. So otherwise the screen looks pretty good. Then it's kind of, you know, there's kind of slight fuzziness and washed out there, you see, and you can almost see the white pixels, and the blacks are not exactly black, but that's understandable at this price point. You also do not have a very good viewing angle because of the TFT screen. So that's a typical mass production TFT screen there. Yeah, so there you see the color kind of changes. Yeah, and it's very reflective also. But for one person, if you're viewing any movie or looking at any picture, it's good enough. So we won't give full marks to the display, of course, but we won't take full marks away as well. This display is pretty decent, in fact more than decent at this price point. We've seen worse at this price point. Now the user interface. So the T31 is powered by not the latest now, Android 4.2.2, and Panasonic has its own custom UI on top. And one cool thing about the UI is jumping in front of you right now. There you see that gravity effect on that unlock button there. So wherever you go, you see, you can do like this and it will just fall down. Very nice, fun animation. And now you can unlock it towards this side to open the camera, messaging, call, and then unlock. Of course, from the unlock screen you can open the notification pane there. We'll come back to that in a while. So let's unlock and you get to the home screen. So there you see no option of adding or removing. And the home screen goes circle in circle. Another good thing, so you have a max of 5 home screen. And pressing the home button will bring you to the middle home screen. And then you have an app dock, and you can customize it and have your own apps in there. And then you have notification pair. This will clear all, and here you can go to the quick function toggle bar. So you can also have that by dragging it with 2 fingers. To add any widgets, simply long press, and you can add galleries or live wallpapers or video wallpapers. So there are live wallpapers. We suggest don't put much of live wallpapers because that takes a lot of memory, and 512 MB is not much of memory, so the system will lag. For large part it's pretty smooth, however, even if there are a lot of widgets. But it's only when you multitask. We just switched it on, so only when you multitask you will know the actual potential or the lack of it. So here you go, and we'll straight away go to settings, typical Jelly Bean settings. See, and you have gesture, shake to switch music, just trying something new, sound and everything. Then you have display, storage. It comes with 4 GB storage, but for you, where is phone? So that's SD card, that's phone storage. So for you, 1.28 GB is available, which is again pretty decent actually. But don't install large games that have large amount of data, like the big games like Nova Tree. I'm not sure if it will support a game that demanding. But then the game's data on Jelly Bean will get saved on the phone and you don't have enough space. But no worries for your media, the photos, videos, songs, because you can have ample space up to 32 GB via your micro SD card. Then you have your battery management as well. And then you can add this many accounts. You can schedule a power off and on. And quick start mode is when you want to boot faster, then it does not actually soft reset the phone. It will instead go to a hibernation, a kind of a sleep mode, and then wake it up. About phone, there you see firmware 4.2.2. Now let's check out the main app drawer. So you have a lot of apps, there you see, and hell lot of third-party apps. It's full of bloatware. Yeah, then you have some nice and popular games like Assassin's Creed there, and then you also have GT Racing, Mortal Kombat 4, and some other category third-party apps like India Today and Review 42, TV Remote 2 as well, Evernote. This Dropbox was not here. I installed Dropbox, but apart from that, all came with the ROM. MyTrack, WeChat, Adobe Reader, Facebook, and whatnot. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Again, you can see you can keep going and it'll come back to the same point. So those are the widgets. Yeah. Strangely, it comes back to, no, strangely there are two Adobe Readers. Anyway, so let's check out some of the important apps. Before that, you usually get your Google native Android apps like Chrome, Gmail, Maps, Google Search, Google Plus, YouTube, etc. So let's check out the browser now, and we did our HTML5 test of the default browser. It scored pretty good, although not the best. 434 plus 12, that's 448 out of 500. And there's a pretty standard Jelly Bean browser, no Flash Player support out of the box. You can go and you can create tabs there. There you see a lag. The moment we start multitasking, it will start lagging a bit. So that's the browser. Nothing much to talk about really. Then the calendar, you know, that's how it looks. And the keyboard, again, keyboard is the default Jelly Bean keyboard actually. It's pretty small here. I mean, specifically for those who have been using large devices because they're so prevalent nowadays. However, when you go to landscape mode, yeah, then things get pretty comfortable now. Yeah, there you see. Nice. So nice keyboard in the landscape mode, but in the portrait mode it's kind of little crowdy and small for big size fingers. So you have the 3.2 MP back camera. So that's very simple interface. We like simple interfaces. We have full screen. You can also have a touch shooting. Yeah, and then you can have HDR on, HDR off. Touch shooting means the moment you touch it will shoot. Yeah, there you see. And then switch off that. That's the front camera, the VGA front camera, and that's how you go to video, and then you can start shooting video. There's a significant lag, but again understandable. I mean, I won't blame a $110 phone for lagging while shooting. Yeah? Not much of settings really. And so 3.2 MP camera is actually not much of a primary camera now. The photos came out okay, but the details were missing. Low light imaging was not so good. There were a lot of noise. For a 3.2 MP camera, it's more than decent, and we think Panasonic is doing a pretty good job of at least correcting the colors. So, but then we just wished they could, they reduce the noise reduction automatically just a little bit, under low light. But under enough light, this guy will kind of solve the purpose, and I can safely say that it's at least better than 70 to 75% of the 3.2 MP cameras on phone that we've tested till now. So pretty good for a new company, for a company that's new to phones. I like it. Yeah, I'll give it to Panasonic for this. Email, file manager. Do you see? Because I'm used to those feather touch, so it gets really difficult. You have all the photos arranged according to albums. Yeah, so pretty usual Jelly Bean settings. So I'm not gonna go. You can long press and you can select multiple photos or videos that I can share or edit them. You have the music, and again a very simple interface. We like simple things, and we like Panasonic for keeping things simple here. You know, keeping things simple does not mean bad. Keeping things simple does not mean you cannot make better things. Panasonic is known for design, but keeping things simple means your phone, your UI will appeal to a variety of audience. It will be all the more versatile. So unnecessary things unnecessary create complications, so we like it for that. But it shouldn't be so simple that you cannot even drill down to specifics if you want to, like in case of the camera, for example. And so your things are arranged. There are not many options, no folder options. Let's check out the sound though. That's the con of having a speaker on the back side. 50% of sounds get reduced because it gets obstructed. You see, it's not exactly the loudest speaker, but it's loud enough. However, the bass is not there. Yeah, so you have the playlist there. You can shuffle, repeat, or do the settings. The sound effect, let's see how it does. So I have it in flat. Let's see if it improves. So you see, it reduced the bass. It reduced the volume, but it enhanced the bass just a bit, and the sound is kind of deeper. I like it this way actually. Yeah. Let's go back and let's play something more fun. So now the bass is much better. So you can have the effects on in your settings. Yeah, now the bass is really good. So don't play it in flat, you're missing this sound otherwise. It's really, the speaker is really good with bass. We've tried it with the earphones. The earphones are not kind of very premium. The sounds is okay. I think the speaker sounds actually better than when you listen it through the earphones. The earphones are devoid of bass as well. In fact, the speakers, as I said, are better. Notes. We have phone dial. Yeah, pretty big. Bassy. People. You have Google Play Music. You have FM radio as well, and it plays without using your earphones. How cool is that? We love this feature so much, and we've been wanting this feature with phones so much. Of course, I'll have to tune this, but let's tune it a bit. Yes, it's play actually. So this works without even plugging your earphones in, and that's a big plus, especially for a phone at this price point, because at this price point you have young people, college going people who spend a lot of time traveling to colleges, who spend a lot of time listening to music or listening to radio via your earphones, and or the speakers. So earphones, of course, mostly they listen to earphones, but then a lot of time you would like to have it just on your car, or wherever you are, you have some free time on inside the canteen, wherever. And it's a really good fun plus point that the FM radio does not need the earphones. It's not crippled. Setup wizard, yeah, and that's about it. That's about the interface. Now performance wise, we find the UI pretty smooth, but there's a slight lag that persists throughout, which is common at on the phones at this price point. And the thing that's noteworthy is the touch response. So it's not feather touch, so you have to give kind of a deliberate touch, and if you're coming from an expensive phone, that you might take some time to get used to the amount of pressure that you need to put for all the icons to get activated. Call quality is good as well, but then the reception got cut every time I got into the elevator, or I got into the fire exit, or even on the first floor of the basement. So we're gonna try some gaming now on the Panasonic T31, and we'll start with Temple Run 2. It's a fairly light game, as in does not eat much resources, so it should play fine on this device. It's pretty smooth, and the textures are not very heavy anyway. No frame loss. That's a pretty much smooth, usual gameplay. Okay, next we'll try Fruit Ninja, Zen mode, and we'll see. There it skip a few frames. Let's see. There. So it starts skipping a few frames. This game also actually plays pretty smoothly on most of the devices, but this is an entry-level device, so I'm not very surprised. But as the game progresses, you'll see it getting smoother and smoother, because initially probably it's downloading some data or graphics. No, but still you see that slight lag persists actually. Again, so there is some lag while playing this game. Next we're gonna play a little intensive 3D game, Beach Buggy Blitz. So no significant frame loss in the animation. Now we'll drive and see whether it skips any frame in a complex environment. Very smooth till now. I'm deliberately giving it some complex environment to see if it lags. Pretty smooth, nonetheless. Oh, I'm stuck. Anyway, so Beach Buggy plays pretty smooth again, but not Fruit Ninja, which is a bit surprising. Also note that it's not possible for us to test heavy games like Nova 3 or FIFA 14 or Asphalt 8 because this guy does not have enough storage in its internal memory. You cannot store those game data, huge data, on the storage card because it's jelly bean. So we are left with Dead Trigger 2, which was recently released, and update of Dead Trigger 1. I'll see how it performs here in this zombie killer. So looking is pretty smooth, moving also is smooth. Yeah, there you see, quite smooth. No frame loss till now, so far so good. See what happens in a combat. It lagged just a bit. Let's see what happens. This. Not much of a problem. Yeah, this is not much of a problem at all, although it skips a few frames here and there, but that could be because of downloading additional game data. But for most part, even for an entry level phone, it plays that trigger very nicely. We're gonna do some benchmarking of the T31 now, and we'll start with Antutu. So our device is 10,721. Next up is Geekbench 3. $550 now. Quad Nano Mark II. .2 FPS. Next is Quadrant. $3208. We also are doing the HTML5 test of the default user, and we find that the score is respectable. 434 plus 12 bonus points, that's 446 out of 500. Our last test would be Velamo. $1576. Now we'll do some metal test. There you see 412. Thank you.